Today, we are diving into the secret clock that runs your entire life, usually without you even noticing it. We're talking about the incredible science of your body's own internal rhythm.
So let me ask you something. Have you ever been in the middle of your day, everything's going fine, and then, bam, 3 o'clock hits, and you feel like you could just face-plant right onto your keyboard? That wave of exhaustion, that sudden, desperate need for a coffee? Well, if you're nodding along right now, you are definitely not alone. And the best part is, it's not some personal failing. It's not about willpower. It's actually a fundamental, core feature of your biology, a program that's been running inside us for thousands of years. So let's pull back the curtain and meet this hidden character in our daily story. We're going to get to know your body's internal 24-hour clock. The official name for this is your circadian rhythm, and you can think of it like your body's master operating system. It's this internal process that ticks along on a roughly 24-hour cycle, and it's basically hardwired to sync up with the planet's rotation. Now, its most famous job, of course, is managing when you feel sleepy and when you feel awake.
But oh, it does so much more than that. Your circadian rhythm is like the conductor of a massive orchestra. It's not just handling the sleep-wake cycle. It's also sending out hunger cues, influencing your mood swings, and even controlling the tiny ups and downs of your body temperature all day long. Yeah, it's pretty much running the whole show.
So where does this conductor hang out? Well, let's zoom in and meet the tiny little boss that's tucked away deep inside your brain.
Okay, get ready for a big, sciencey word. It's called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, or much easier, the SCN. It's just a teeny tiny cluster of nerve cells and a part of the brain called the hypothalamus. But don't let its size fool you. The SCN is the undisputed master clock, the one sending out all the signals that keep the rest of your body right on schedule.
Now, the SCN doesn't just shout its orders. It uses a team of chemical messengers, you know them as hormones, to get the job done. Let's meet the two most important players on this team. On one side of the ring, you've got melatonin. You can call it the hormone of darkness. As the sun goes down, the SCN tells your body to start releasing melatonin, and that's the signal that it's time to wind down and get sleepy. And on the other side, that's cortisol, the get-up-and-go hormone. Your SCN cranks up cortisol production right before you wake up, giving you that jolt of energy to start your day. They're a perfect tag team. Okay, so here's where things get really interesting and kind of tricky. We are walking around with this ancient, finely tuned biological clock, but there's a huge problem. We're trying to run that ancient software in a very, very modern world, and well, they don't always get along. And to really get why there's a conflict, you have to know the #1 rule for your SCN. It sets its time based on one main thing from the outside world: light. That's it. Bright light in the morning basically screams, "Hey, it's daytime, time for cortisol." And darkness in the evening whispers, "Okay, time to make some melatonin." Now, this system worked flawlessly for almost all of human history. But what happens now? What happens when our world isn't just dark at night? What happens when it's flooded with bright, artificial light 24/7?
You can probably guess what the biggest source of this disruption is. I mean, it's something most of us use every single day, often right up until the moment our head hits the pillow.
Yep, the main culprit is this little device. Our smartphones, our tablets, our computers, they are incredible tools, for sure. But to our ancient brain, the light beaming from those screens looks a lot like the midday sun.
So here's what's actually happening every single time you're scrolling through your phone in bed. The specific type of blue light from these screens is especially good at tricking your brain. It hits your eyes and sends a direct message to your SCN saying, "Hey, hold off on that melatonin." So your brain literally thinks it's still daytime, which delays when you start to feel tired and creates this huge mismatch between your internal clock and the real world.
You know, scientists actually have a name for this feeling. It's called social jet lag. It's that groggy, out-of-whack sensation you get when your body's clock is screaming for you to go to sleep, but your social schedule, whether it's for work, or a late movie, or just one more YouTube video, is forcing you to stay awake. But here's the good news. You are not powerless in this fight. You can absolutely take back control and help your ancient clock thrive, even in this crazy modern world. Let me show you how to get back in sync. There are 4 really simple but super powerful steps you can take. Number 1, Seek out morning light. Get some actual sunlight as soon as you can after waking up. It's the strongest possible signal to start your clock for the day. 2. Time your caffeine. Go ahead, enjoy that coffee in the morning, but try to cut it off in the afternoon so it doesn't mess with your sleep signals later on. 3. Dim the lights. As evening rolls in, start lowering the lights in your house. This is a gentle cue to your brain that it's time to start making melatonin. And finally, and this is probably the most important one, create a screen curfew. Seriously, putting your phone away at least an hour before you want to be asleep is the single best way to protect that melatonin and let your body get ready for a good night's rest.
Look, your circadian rhythm is a core part of who you are. Understanding it is the first step, but actually working with it instead of against it can change everything. Your energy, your mood, your health. So the real question isn't just about sleeping better, it's about living better. So are you ready to take back your rhythm?